society, which will be a sustainable society. This reminds me of a saying, a Nigerian saying. It says, when the dance changes, we also change customs. So this is the right time for us to change. Because the world has changed, let us use our creativity, our practical skills to also change with it. Remember, a journey is not started by a single thought. It is started by a step, a single step. Thank you for listening.
Respected teachers, honorable judges, and the present audience. My name is Yomise Prosperity, a resident of West House, Seseme Secondary School. Close the eyes and love to see the water's way of me, but I hold my breath. Through the dark, through the door, through an almost before, but it feels like home. We live in a highly competitive world where increasing levels of education, climate change, scarce opportunities, environmental degradation, and increasing pressure on natural resources have made it difficult for very many people to succeed. But within these challenges lies the greatest opportunity for our generation. Look, creativity plus innovation is equal to sustainable development. Today, I would like to share with you why embracing creativity and practical skills is not just a lesson to be studied in school, but a very lifeline to sustainable development. Before we go any further, we need to first understand what these very important words mean to us. Number one, creativity. This is the ability to think new and original ways, generate fresh ideas, and find innovative solutions to our everyday problems. In short, it is the spark that turns imaginations into reality. Number two, practical skills. These are hands-on abilities that we acquire through learning and practice. This includes skills such as farming, cooking, tailoring, computer literacy, and entrepreneurship, among many others that help us to solve problems in our communities, create employment, and support the well-being and economic growth of our society. Every challenge we face is a call to be innovative. When the drought hits the ground, it calls for proper ways of harvesting and conserving water. When plastics are poorly dumped and they pollute the environment, it is a beacon of planting trees or it's a beacon of recycling them into useful products. And when our eyes open to look at disappearing forests, they are told to plant trees and practice better farming methods. Sustainable development does not come about memorizing textbooks. It is about how we practically apply the knowledge we get from these textbooks. It is in this case where schools become innovative centers to find solutions for real-life problems through experiments, teamwork, practical projects, and many others to find perfect solutions to the real-life problems. When creativity and practical skills combine, they empower individuals to transform ideas into meaningful actions. They help people to create employment instead of waiting for jobs to call. They help to solve community problems and use natural resources responsibly without before we conclude, we need to get to what sustainable development means. It is development that meets the needs of the future without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own goals. How do we get to this? Stop asking what can I want to do. Instead, let your question be, what can I do to my society? Apply your skills, make practical innovative projects, and you will have a better world. Don't dream of a better world, create it. Unity and progress for God and reflection.
The table of judges, the blessed mom, the blessed staff, our dear sisters, plus my fellow blessed sisters, I greet you all in the name of Jesus. You're all listening to Seseme, standing before you on behalf of Elizabeth House. Hands and minds of Seseme's future. We hear sustainable development, but what does it truly mean here in Seseme? It means planting seeds today so we can harvest tomorrow. Our studies are not all about passing exams, they are about acquiring practical skills. Look at how our fellow students are learning how to manage wastes, grow crops like coffee and vegetables, and conserve our rich legacy soil. When we take what we learn in class and use it to build a better community, we embrace creativity. Creativity is not just art or music. It is inventing a better way to filter water, improve our farming, or reduce plastic wastes. Let us pledge to make these things a reality. Let us use our hands and minds to protect our environment and ensure a prosperous society for the future. I remain Seseme, unity and progress for God and mankind.
Distinguished guests, teachers, and policy guests. We live in a world facing significant challenges, from climate change, resource scarcity. But within these challenges, there's a greatest opportunity for our generation. Today, I want to speak to you why embracing creativity and practical skills is not just a lesson to be studied, but a lifeline for the sustainable development of our society. The core is creativity and plasticity. What is creativity? Creativity is the ability to imagine new, variable, and useful ideas. What are practical skills? Practical skills are the hands-on abilities that technical know, how craftsmanship and problem-solving techniques that allow us to turn imagination into reality. When we combine the two, we create a powerful whole. Creativity gives us a vision to see a cleaner, greener, and more equitable world. Practical skills give us the tools to build knowledge. Where is this integration so crucial for our sustainable development? Number one, resource efficiency and innovation. This means using available resources such as money, time, materials, energy, water, and human skills wisely while creating new, better ways of solving problems and improving lives. Number two, economic resilience. This is being able to keep earning, saving, and making investments even during times of discourage, which brings creativity and practical skills, which are our backbone for local economies. Number three, solving real world problems. When we bring our imagination into our communities, we find new ways to improve agriculture, manage waste, and sustain passive by standards, but we can't change behaviors. A call to action. Sustainable world will not be achieved by the rise of textbooks alone. It requires a mindset that embraces hands-on learning, continuous innovation, and vocational training. We must encourage a system that varies. I urge everyone here to cultivate your creative voice, to develop your practical abilities, whether it is in agriculture, technology, art, or engineering. Apply your skills to your immediate community, to make your immediate community better. Every innovation project, every sustainable made product, and every creative solution is a seed planted for a tomorrow. Let us embrace these tools, move from ideas to action, and build a resilient, sustainable society we can all be proud of. Unity and progress for God and my country. Thank you.
The distinguished guests, the staff president, and to all my listeners, I greet you all in respective capacities. My name is Seseme Precious, Senior Tubu, a resident in the Borough House. Today, the world is facing many challenges. Poverty, pollution, and climate change are affecting millions of people. To fix this, we need sustainable development. This simply means we need to live in a way that is directly going to help everyone in our country. We need to live in a world that is protected, that will lead us to a better and safer world. But to build this kind of future, we cannot just use old ways of thinking. We need the two main tools, which are creativity and practical skills. First, let us talk about creativity. It is not for the artists or painters. It is built by you and me. Creativity is the way of imagining useful and valuable ideas. For example, a creative person sees a plastic bottle and clearly finds a way and clearly finds a solution to how to turn it into a flower. Close your eyes and see a world without pollution. See a world without any wasted doubt. See a world that is safe, that is protected. See a world that is useful for the next generation to use. However, a great idea is not enough on its own. It needs hands to build it to the top. This is where practical skills come in. To protect the environment, we need some people, we need someone who can turn our imaginations into reality. Imagine we are given a task in class that you do some assignment. Instead of going to do some practical skills, you are just resting in class, you are just reading class. Instead of going and studying some aside practical skills, you are just sitting. But look at someone who is aside learning some practical skills like tailoring, recycling items, and also finding a way to change everything. Is more helping the environment than you who is in class simply studying. We can combine creative mind with skilled labor. When we combine them, we can create a real power to change the environment. This is why our schools and communities must change. We need less numerous textbooks and more learning by action and skills. However, to fix this, we need people to teach other generations how to fix things, how to conserve the environment,